Let's have a talk, let's have a chat, talking about a little this and that.
Hello and welcome to another episode of This and That. I am your host, Mary Easterling, and today we are going to continue on sheep. But before I begin, to listen to the last episode of Sheep or anything else from This and That, go to talkingaboutthisandthat.wordpress.com and click on the podcast link. Bob Neumann's writings, and this will be from Bob Neumann today. Bob Neumann's writings are featured on our blog page. The blog page has read more links. Click on them. They'll take you to the article, which has the podcast, which opens in a separate tab so you can listen while you look. In the last episode, the episode before last, there was mention made about the indignation and my hiding place, or the hiding place. So, the indignation will be found on talkingaboutthisandthat.wordpress.com under Veritas the Quest. This is my hiding place. Fair warning, Bob often gets the very strange visions. This will be one of them. My hiding place is what it's entitled. Bob writes, Dear Forum and all newlyweds out there, the idea of being late or unready for one's own wedding has been on almost everyone's mind at some time or another. So I guess it is a quote-unquote shared image. Now, knocking over a glass jar on my nightstand is different. Now, somewhere along the line, I quote-unquote wondered about the quote-unquote world sort of sitting there. I thought of Granny and her denture cup, but just briefly. But on waking, some people immediately reach for their quote-unquote glasses. I would be one of them. Yup. So then he writes, glass jar, glasses, nah. So I sat back and closed my eyes and started a simple prayer, because between all the threads that seem to mention my name, none are what I would have gone looking for. But then again, I seem to be running into things that I sure did not expect, but then again, being the quote-unquote faceless, quote-unquote sleeper, is an interesting conceptualization. But I had been praying, and I had kept getting looped into, You are my hiding place, O Lord, and kept coming to a blank with the songs of deliverance. After last Saturday's bunch of quote-unquote songs, I wanted to go slowly and make sure I was hearing clearly. And I found myself standing in a rolling meadow, nice thick grass all around, and I wondered, where are the sheep? As I walked toward a little hill, I noticed a spot in the grass. Something had been digging, and I walked over to a small hole in the ground. In typical fashion, I began to consider the possibilities of what was doing the excavation. Too big for a mole, gopher, or prairie dog. Too small for a woodchuck and badger. And all of a sudden, I started to hear catches of the tune on the breeze. As I was straining to hear and remember, a white rabbit in a waistcoat and vest ran to the hole on its hind legs. As he made the effort to remove his pocket watch from his vest pocket, I remember praying, Oh Lord, you have got to be kidding. Of course, the March Hare announced, I'm late, and went straight down the rabbit hole, and then I recognized the tune. No, not Disney, 1970s San Francisco surrealistic pillow. When men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you've just had some kind of mushroom, and your mind is moving slow, go ask Alice, I think she'll know. Now, told you this is kind of strange. Members of the forum, imagine this is all part and parcel of a reality show, and you vote on whether I go down the rabbit hole or not. Now, the second image I got was Jackie Gleason pointing his finger at Audrey Meadows, who is Alice, and pronouncing, One day, Alice! One day, Alice! To the moon! Time's up. I'm late for a very important date. Oi! And we have Disney. I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. I'm late and then I wave. I lose the time I save. My fuzzy ears and whiskers took me too much time to shave. I run and then I hop, hop, hop. I wish that I could fly. There's danger if I dare to stop, and here's the reasons why. I'm overdue in a rabbit stew. I can't even say goodbye. Hello, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. Is it me or the idea of being in a hurry to be in a quote-unquote rabbit stew? Sounds plain wrong. And then came the second song. When the truth is found to be lies, and all the joy within you dies, don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. I don't know the whole song. I just know the little chorus there. When the garden flowers, baby, are dead, yes, and your mind is so full of red. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Your eyes, I say your eyes may look like this, but in your head, baby, I'm afraid you don't know where it is. Don't you want somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. Tears are running down your breast, and your friend's baby, they treat you like a guest. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you like somebody to love? You better find somebody to love. And then I get a third song and a third image all at once, and I wonder if that is awaiting me at the other end of the rabbit hole. Frankenbride. Folks, I'm reading this. Inwardly, I'm dying. Outwardly, I'm trying to stay professional. So this doesn't go all sorts of sideways while I'm on air. I mean, but this is a song, Frankenbride, and I do not know any of this, so I'll be reading it. Her neon mouth with the blinking soft smile, nothing but an electric sign. You could say she has an individual style. She's part of colorful time. Secrecy of lady chrome-colored clothes you wear 'cause you have no other. But I suppose no one knows you're my plastic, fantastic lover. Her rattling cough never shuts off. It's nothing but a used machine. Her aluminum finish slightly diminished. It's the best I've ever seen. Cosmetic baby plugged into me. Never, ever find another. I realize no one's wise to my plastic, fantastic lover. Oh, dear God, I just got the image. Okay, moving on. The electrical dust is starting to rust. Her trapezoid thermometer taste. All the red tape is mechanical rape of the TV program waste. Data control and IBM. Let's just add AI to that. Science is mankind's brother, but all I see is draining me on my plastic, fantastic lover. And I remember another song from long ago, and I wonder how all this will actually play out. And this one, I think I do remember. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. With a vision softly creeping, left its seats while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walk alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, 'neath the halo of a street lamp. I turn my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more, People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never share, and no one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. And then the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence. Bob writes, now I will stop here. Too many images are all coming together here and now. Anybody got some thoughts? Selah, dog. Boy, do I have thought. Let's go right back up to the rabbit. Go on YouTube. Go down the rabbit hole. See what you find. Is it reality? Is it artificial intelligence? Is it, what is it? I mean, when you start to take the magic mushroom, or is it blue pill, red pill? Oh, and right there we're with Neo and the Trinity of the Matrix. You know, you're not actually walking around in reality. You're laying in a bed of goop with tubes. You're a battery for an alien race. Right? When you are, your mind is full of red. Next song, the joy within you dies. Your mind is full of red. All you have is anger. You've lost all your joy because all you found were lies. The one who would be singing to you, don't you want somebody to love, might be God. But when it gets down to tears are running down your breast, we know it is a man talking to a woman. Oh, wait, how do we gender typify God? Male. How do we gender typify the church? Female. There you go, church. Don't you want somebody to love you? Don't you need somebody to love you? Wouldn't you love somebody to love back? You better find that somebody who loves you. Ooh, I changed the lyrics. Yes, I did. It's called Relationship. Got one? No? Third song, Frank and Pride. And in the middle of singing it, I said, oh, dear God, I just got the image. Think, sex toy, ladies. Think about it real hard. Yes, bingo! Plastic fantastic lover. It doesn't actually do anything for you, but it sure does make you feel fun. And it is mechanical rape. Thing is, whenever you turn it on, you're asking for it. Just saying. And if you plug it into the wall, for heaven's sakes, don't take it into the bathtub with you. That's a good way to die. Yup. So then, the last one. And we had this, The Sound of Silence, on talking about this and that.wordpress.com. And this was on it. That same thing. And he talked about it. Silence is what you're getting right now in so many ways. Nothing but crickets chirping. Sound of a pin drop. Why? Half that silence is, I can't believe this is going on. The other half that silence is bated breath waiting to see what happens next. But there's a third silence, and I don't know how many of you have suddenly picked up on it. A silence from on high. Those of us that are actually in relationship with the Lord may suddenly find that we feel like we've become contented. We don't know why, but we're not getting a lot from his end. See, there's a time for everything and a season for everything. And there's a time to disclose what he's going to do and telegraph the move. And so he becomes a veritable chatterbox. Holy Spirit says, and then suddenly you get nothing. Then you're like, did I need to take a Tic Tac? Did I need a breath mint? What did I say or do that offended you? And you go hog wild, looking through, and you get nothing. And oh, by the way, that brings up something. The test of a grand champion dog. I had said, what owner would ever do that to his dog? Turns out when I Googled it, the person that told Mr. David Haas that this was how you tested to see if you had a grand champion dog or not, it's considered an inhumane test and nobody would ever do it. Grand champions are trained. If you're going to pull that, you're going to leave your dog sitting in a room for a while, knowing its master hasn't called it, to see if it'll stay. And oh, by the way, that's also to learn to cure a dog of separation anxiety. So I can debunk that, but the point where things get silent when the fire is done. Yes, but then that takes me to Elijah in the cave on Mount Horeb, and the fire came through and God wasn't in it. And the rending earthquake came through and God wasn't in it. The howling winds were there and God wasn't in it. The storm was there, God wasn't in it. And then there was this very soft, gentle blowing, and that was when he knew God was coming. So have we become deaf to the sound of the Lord, or has he become quiet because now he's moving? Yes, see, it's a thing. It's a thing. There are times where God is talking, and there are times where God is silent, and we are to wait upon the Lord in service and in expectation for the next time that he speaks. Not even in a relationship are the people that we're in relationship always with us. Sometimes they have to go off and go to work, but they'll come home. All three of these images are talking about relationship. The rabbit has to go down the hole to get into that relationship. In your rage, when you find that everything around you is lies, you look for the truth, and then you need to find it. That truth loves you. It's not your fantastic plastic lover. That's a lie. That's fake. But you'll often find it in the sound of silence. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear his words that he might teach you. Take his arms that he might reach you. But when the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they'd made, and it said the words of the prophets were written on the subway walls and tenement halls, the people have been talking without saying anything, hearing but not listening to anything. It's called a deluge. And darkness was our old friend. Now we're to walk in the light, and yet he comes and cloaks himself in darkness. And the Ancient of Days is the greatest friend that we have. Process this as the Holy Spirit leads you to process this. And that will do it for this episode of This and That. Until then.